From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. I'm Sarah Lane. Cyber leaders defend Anthropic's banned models. Anthropic's clash with the U.S. administration is turning into a broader debate over how AI should be governed. Axios' sources say officials forced the company's advanced Mythos and Fable models offline over concerns that they could be jailbroken, amid growing frustration with what they saw as Anthropic's dismissive response to those risks. Anthropic maintains it worked with the government and had approval to deploy Fable. Now, cybersecurity leaders from companies including Adobe, Zoom, and Sophos are urging the administration to reverse the restrictions, arguing that limiting access hurts defenders more than attackers because security teams rely on these models to identify and stop increasingly sophisticated AI-powered threats. FBI disrupts massive phishing service. One of the biggest phishing operations on the internet just got taken down. The FBI, working with Google and Black Lotus Labs, dismantled a China-based phishing-as-a-service network called Outsider Enterprise that used AI-powered phishing kits and more than 1 million fraudulent URLs to impersonate trusted brands and steal passwords and credit card data. Authorities say the operation may have led to the theft of 3.8 million credit card records and nearly $2 billion in losses, highlighting how AI is helping cybercriminals scale scams to unprecedented levels. 1Password acquires Apono. In the latest sign that AI is reshaping cybersecurity, 1Password has acquired Israeli startup Apono for somewhere between $250 to $300 million, bringing on 80 employees and expanding 1Password's presence in Israel. Apono's platform automates access permissions across cloud infrastructure and enterprise apps, and investors say its ability to manage access for AI agents was a key differentiator, highlighting how companies are racing to secure a growing number of non-human identities as AI systems take on more work inside organizations. WordPress plugins hijacked. A supply chain attack compromised several popular WordPress plugins, potentially exposing up to 1.2 million websites to takeover. Researchers at Sansec say attackers tampered with JavaScript delivered through the infrastructure behind Opt-in Monster, TrustPulse, and Push Engage, letting them create hidden administrator accounts and install stealth backdoors whenever a site administrator loaded a page. The attack lasted briefly before being detected, but it does show how compromising a single software provider can give attackers access to massive numbers of downstream websites. Huge thanks to our sponsor, ThreatLocker. Every security leader is being asked the same question right now. How do we enable innovation without creating unnecessary risk? That is the challenge behind cloud adoption, behind AI, behind automation, and behind every major technology decision. ThreatLocker helps organizations take a zero-trust approach to that challenge, giving them greater control over what can execute, what can access their environment, and what users and applications are allowed to do. That is why ThreatLocker is proud to support Cybersecurity Headlines. Because security works best when innovation and control move together. China Nexus actor spy undetected for a year. A China-linked espionage group infiltrated a U.S. medical university connected to military research using custom malware to steal credentials from the widely used Red Cap research platform and gain access to sensitive networks. Google says the attackers targeted everything from medical research and public health policy to defense technology and military programs, and used a novel technique that quietly forwarded emails containing strategic keywords to attacker-controlled accounts. Copilot flaw could have had it all. Researchers at Varonis uncovered a critical Microsoft 365 Copilot flaw that could have let attackers steal emails, files, calendar data, and even MFA codes with a single click on a legitimate Microsoft link. The attack chained together 3 vulnerabilities, including a prompt injection technique that tricked Copilot into retrieving sensitive information and then leaking it through Microsoft's own infrastructure, which was difficult for traditional security tools to detect. Microsoft has fixed the issue, says there's no evidence of real-world exploitation, but the bug is another reminder that AI systems can create ways to expose data by connecting old web security flaws with new behavior. Council of Europe hacked in PeopleSoft heist. The Oracle PeopleSoft breach appears to be getting bigger, after shiny hunters previously claimed to have exploited a PeopleSoft zero-day to hack more than 100 organizations, including the University of Nottingham. The group now says it also stole 297 gigabytes of data from the Council of Europe, including HR, payroll, banking, tax, and medical records. The council tells the Register it's investigating this claim. Adriatic port attack sparks maritime security warnings. A ransomware attack on Italy's Adriatic Port Authority is being cited as a warning about growing cyber risks to global shipping infrastructure. Threat intelligence firm ReSecurity says the Anubis ransomware group breached the authority through a phishing attack, stole contracts, employee records, and port security plans, and demanded a $10 million ransom, though the Port Authority says only about 2% of its data was actually affected. Cybersecurity expertise is a rarity on company boards. So what does meaningful governance mean when there's a fundamental gap in understanding? That is what we're going to be talking about on our latest episode of the CISO Series podcast. It just came out today, so look for the episode Boards Love to Hear Jargon with soon-to-be-fired CISO, wherever you get your podcasts. If you have some thoughts on the news from today or about our show in general, be sure to reach out, feedback@cisoseries.com. We always want to hear from you. I am Sarah Lane reporting for the CISO Series. Stay cool, stay safe, and stay classy.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.